Okay, now that my serial key is not hosted for the internet to see, hey everyone, Wanderbot here, and welcome to Endless Legend. So, let's just play the tutorial. I'm pretty tired, and I'd just like to see how this game works without derping it super hard. So, Endless Legend is made by Iceberg Interactive and/or Amplitude Studios. Not entirely sure which one of the two makes it, but these are the people that brought you Dungeon of the Endless and Endless Space. I don't know if they brought anything else. Really, any game with the words endless in it, I guess word endless in it, probably made by these guys. Totally false, but still. They're very good about their branding, and actually they're very good about a lot of things. They're kind of, I'm not going to say like the B movie studio, whatever you want to call it, of like game design, but they're definitely kind of one of the weird secondary studios that most people don't know about, but they actually make fairly good games. So Endless Space is a very good successor to Masters of Rhine. It's a little bit shallow, as far as I'm concerned, but it's not a bad game by any stretch of the word. It doesn't have, nigh on infinite replayability. Anyway, I have not played a lick of Endless Legend, so we'll figure it out. Anyway, tutorial basics. Well, welcome to Endless Legend. The game introduction will guide you through the core elements you need to know to play the game. Okay, in order to survive the dangerous world, you will have to build mighty empire, face powerful foes. The deal begins here with your first army. It's looking a good location to settle your city. Select your army. Okay, on the bottom left is your army panel. All armies are represented on the map as the strongest unit among those composing the army. Oh, cool. So you can actually stack units together and stuff like that. That is neat. I like that. Anyway, your army is currently composed of only a single unit, a settler, represented by several pawns on a hexagon. The settler gives an army the ability to found a city in the neutral region that does not already contain a city. Your army can see a distance of 3 tiles from its position. You can also zoom in and out with the mouse middle. Fog of War. Alright, we get this. We get health, movement points, vision range. This is easy point. Okay, yep, got it. Fixed frontier, single city. Okay, so regions. If you've ever played any of these games, you know about this stuff. Alright, alright, suddenly the tutorial seems like a terrible idea. So we're just gonna plot. Ooh, nice animation. I'm just gonna plot that down there. I love the user interface here. Like this actually, Splat, sweet. Welcome to the kingdom of Splat. We've got plenty of food, dust, and good luck if you want to find like hard resources. We ain't got shit all as far as that's concerned. Like you want iron and stuff? Go elsewhere. Anyway, to select your city by left click on the city center. All right, I now rule over an entire region. Sweet city interface. I like the interface. It is very complicated, but once I get into it, not a big deal. Anyway, yes, got that. City center as a city district tile automatically modifies its initial terrain income, providing more dust and science, but also less food. City also provides influence. Worker panel, the FIDZ, right, because influence is a new resource they're factoring into this game. Anyway, income works for me. Per worker production, resources from tiles, potential modifiers, positive, negative, all impact on your total production. Yes, got that. All right, worker management. So drag and drop your worker to see the impact resource production. All right, so you get to be influential. Food production cannot be stored. Excess food is automatically used each turn to produce an additional city workers. Green part of your population bar shows that you're about to gain an additional city worker next turn. Industry cannot be stored. Let's see. Okay, so you can't actually stockpile industry anymore. That was a huge mechanic for Endless Space. So in this case, it's gone. Honestly, it makes sense. The stockpiling industry in Endless Space could result in some really, really odd stuff. Anyway. This makes more sense to me. So, available constructions we can do with the Founders Memorial. Alright, sweet. We can put up our own grave. Like many elements, get more details reading about it by mousing over. Alright. We get all sorts of stuff. And so that's in the construction queue. Perfect. Now, science. So we know science. Research screen. Where's the button with... Oh, there it is. Behind my... Alright. Whoa, this is different. Oh, it's based on era. So era 1, era 2, era 3, era 4, 5, 6. So there are 6 eras. Each has a handful of technologies. I wonder what they all do. So in this case, shoot. That's the one thing I don't like about these games. Most of the like research and upgrades in this game really just give you basic like numbers bonuses and never really gives you a whole lot of like really interesting things, which is kind of a shame, but it's not the end of the world anyway. So research, yes, got it. Okay, to enter a new era, you must research 9 technologies from the previous era. In the order in which you do so does not matter. Cool. And if you notice, each is split up into 4 parts. So you got military, you got science and industry, influence, and economy and population. Makes sense? Let's see. Cost in science automatically increases for each new technology research. In addition, researching in a more advanced era also costs more science. So we can go back and get more stuff from prior eras if we want to bolster this, that, and the other thing. Anyway. Some technologies directly unlock new powers or bonuses for your empire, while others unlock city improvements, expansions, units. Okay, so that could actually be really good. I'd love to see how deep the tech tree goes in this game, because that was always a complaint about Endless Space, that it was always just like plus 10 industry. Cool. All right. But like after the 4th one of those, you're like, great. And after the 50th, not so good. Anyway. Blue circles technologies are already known. Green ones are unknown. Several technologies can be selected in a row. Research one after the other. Alright. So, food and industry technologies are usually a safe way to begin using your science. You can hover the mouse over each one to figure out what they do. So this one is extra terrain with a river during summer season. There's a season system in this game. Ooh. Empire Mint's not bad, actually. Extra dust is... money is nice. Alright, so we don't really care about might, period. Science on a city, not bad. Oh, yep, this is improvements. So it's very similar. Terrain with science. Okay, so in that case, we're going to start with Empire Mint. No, actually, we're going to go with the Public Library. Then we're going to go with the Empire Mint. Okay. Okay, end your turn by clicking on the end turn button. Neat. Okay, population of Splat has grown to 2. Splat. Love that. It's a great word. Alright, dismiss. Now there are 2 people living in the city. It's effectively a ghost town, and I feel really bad for these guys having to, turn the wheels of industry by themselves, but at the same time, deal with it. Now, why I left these guys on influence is beyond me. I think that was a terrible choice, but still. Thanks to food production, number of workers has increased. Number 2. Alright, perfect. The borough streets, an expansion construction, can now be selected from the list of available constructions. Expansions must be directly placed on the map and can be built several times. Okay. For most major factions, each 2 additional city workers makes 1 new borough available for construction. The borough street enables you to extend your city exploitation area by building a new city district next to an existing one. So, yes, can I hide you? Oh, no, I don't want to leave the tutorial. I want to hide you so I can see what the... Alright, in that case, you know what? Let's click plop. There we go. Okay. It's queued for this. City approval. Okay, people like me. That's good. If they didn't like me, I'd probably have to stab the shit out of them. And let's be honest here. I don't think anybody gets really happy when I go... I start getting all, Brathian on people. Anyway, okay, so spreading your cities too widely or settling new cities causes your city approval to just decrease, impacting your food and industry. Alright, makes sense. Can I... Oh, and end my turn when ready. Well, first, let's drag 1 person over there and 1 person here. Let's get some science up in this. So, that should mean more smarts, more making. Anyway, don't forget that you have a world to explore. Scouting with armies will be the best way to discover the unknown. To create new units and explore the area, you must create unit designs. The unit Marine has a unit design in the list of available constructions. Wow, our industry is super slow. This is going to take forever. I kind of hope it lets us loose from the tutorial after a certain point, because this is going to take a very long time if I get the chance. Anyway, well, Night Venus. Let's keep going. So 2 copies of the units designed to the Marine. Alright, cool. Looks like he's got stuff that I could totally... Can I move this? Oh, you can move this around. Sweet, so I can actually see what these things do. So, range 3, Techno Lover, Unsellable, Point Blank Power, Block, and those are base stats. I love the art in the Endless series. Endless Dungeon, Endless Space, Endless Legend. They're all gorgeous. Hands down. So, I've queued them. You know how long it's going to take. Dust, most precious research on... The most precious resource on Auriga hasn't been introduced yet. It's stored in the Empire level and can be exploited by your cities. Each turn, city improvements already built cost a small amount of dust for their upkeep. The total upkeep of your city improvements, capital, is summed up here. Oh, that's the little icon there. All right. How much dust does it say we have? Oh, I see. We have 2,000 dust right now, and we produce 20 per turn. Okay. I don't know if that's before or after city improvements. Either way. Let's see. So each turn cost, yes, got that. Dust can be also used directly to biocute. Yep, we know this. Okay, so what do you want me to do? Okay, buy out 2 of the unit designs. So it wants me to build the Marines. Perfect. And that cost me a lot of money, actually. 4,000, give or take. Not so bad. Here, end turn. Okay, so construction complete. Yada, yada, yada. Got it. Once a unit is constructed, is placed on the city garrison. Like other constructions, each unit created consumes a bit of dust for its upkeep. Grayed out units are your city militia. They cannot leave the garrison unless the city is under attack. Garrison units, including the militia, are always the last bastion that remains to defend a city against an attack. I like that. That's neat. And apparently the garrison only has like a cap of 2, so there's that. Anyway, your current max garrison capacity is 2 units. This capacity is the same for all cities and armies within your empire. This max capacity does not include the militia and can be increased by unlocking new technologies. Huh. Okay. Select both of these guys. So select all or control click both and new army. Sweet. Now let's go conquer everywhere. Or be like France, go for Russia, and fail miserably, and then get locked up on an island for a while. Escape, try the same thing again, and eventually, I don't even know if he got killed or something like that. Anyway, what I'm saying is I'm Napoleon, and we're all going to die. So, army upkeep. Congratulations, you now have a new army that you can send to explore the surrounding regions. However, you need to limit the number of armies, as they also have upkeep cost that must be paid each turn, just like the upkeep for each unit. Auriga has many runes to search. Any of them can provide you with rewards. So, if you find one, you should try your luck. Rune tiles can be searched in maps shining. Okay, free end turn. Now up to you to decide when to end your turns. Remember to check out your city construction queues, as well as your research queue, and army movement before ending turns. Alright, when exploring with your army, white dots indicate the army's path of the turn, and the yellow ones indicate following turns. You can maintain the right-click while mousing over the map to simulate your path. Your army will move once you release the mouse. So select my army, and then click on the map to move and look for some runes. So we've got like a number of things here and there. Who are you guys? Mineral-rich anomaly. Am I looking for an anomaly or... Yes? No, runes. I'm looking for runes, not an anomaly. So going there is going to be meaningless. That's sparkly. Are we... Oh. No, I'm... Oh, that's because I'm selecting the wrong people. There we go. Perfect. Looking good. So we found the sparklies, and I think we found somebody else's kingdom. Turns out, gotta go murder them. Either way. Let's creak through our chair and searching runes. Keep exploring until you find some shining runes. When standing next to a rune, select your army, then right-click on the runes, select Search, or use the button Search Army Action panel. Alright, I have lost my position here. Cool. Move over to this thing. So, what we can do is stand next to a rune. You can't be on the rune, because that's complicated. So let's go back. And then right-click on it. Okay. Where's the army action panel? I'm out of moves, so I've already doofed this one. Alright, well, let's just end turn. Oh, these aren't runes. There aren't runes. It said sparkly. Oh, well, nope, never mind. These are not runes. That explains many things. This is why drunk diving is bad for you, except for it's equally bad to be super tired. Slightly less. Anyway, we've completed the Founders Memorial. That means all sorts of stuff, actually. That's quite good. Anyway. They said sparkly. Look, not exactly my proudest moments here, but still. I get this. Oh, to the southwest. Oh yeah, there's a sparkly here. Temple runes. Okay, there we go. Temple runes, shape and size. Okay. What is this thing? Oh, it's a life tree. I love the tile design on this. Like, the trees are kind of bad, honestly, but the rest of this is gorgeous. Like, the life tree here is amazing. And, like, the verticality to it. Like, this, to me, almost looks exactly like what Civilization 5 should have been. In terms of, like, design and stuff. But, like, this is way more charming. Almost, visually, it reminds me of... can I zoom in enough so it actually... Like, there's a weird pseudo... Here we go. Wow, this tactical menu is actually kind of nice. Can I press, like, tab to switch between? Nope, that pulls me to my town. That, not useful. And... Oh, I see. That's neat. I like that. Anyway, let's end turn. Go from here. Alright, research complete. So we got the public library. So, let's start this bad boy on that. Look at the Borough Streets soon enough. Now, Borough Streets is going to be minus food, plus money, science, influence. Minus happiness. Alright, and do I have 3 people? I do. So in that case, let's take one of you and put you on dust. There we go. Up our money count, especially because our upkeep is going to get pretty bad soon. So, you guys, get here. Select your army interaction with this target. Search for clues at this location, reveal treasure, enemies, quest, or nothing at all. When performed by a hero, this action provides a base value of 10 EXP. So, let's search out the runes, see what we get. So, empty location. We found jack shit. So good. So great. Anyway, searching runes, unexpected rewards, or nothing. As you'll be able to discover very different ways to increase your chances of getting a reward when you search a rune. Can I get, like, I don't know, backhoe or something? Worst comes to worst, we just steal the raw materials. Anyway, to explore more rapidly, you may want to split your army by selecting one or several units, and then right-clicking on the map. So, let's, first I have to split. Nope, that's transfer. Got it. Similar way, you can choose to merge 2 armies by selecting one army, and then right-clicking on another beside it. You can also use the merge army action button, yada yada yada. Okay, split, merge, MP cost. So, as movements, note that splitting and merging cost movement points to the splitting and merging units. Okay, end turn when ready. Cool. It's time for you to make contact with the native minor faction living in your region. Minor factions are hostile. There's only one minor faction per region, living in 1 to 3 villages. Villages contain units for their defense, but may also spawn roaming armies that could attack your armies or cities. Use the parlay army action on one of the villages. The village will give you a pacification quest. By completing it, all the villages in the region will instantly become pacified, and will no longer create hostile armies. Sweet, if only the French could have figured this out when they were invading Russia. You dinguses. Oh wait, no, this is what we were talking about. So, let's see. Sisters of Mercy. Sisters of Mercy are a small but respected nation, living simply though well in their solidly constructed towns. A recent offshoot of other humanoid peoples, they are content to dedicate their efforts to giving mercy where and how they deem is most needed. So, unit model, they've got units, simulation effects, regeneration per pacified sister. Alright, cool. Unfortunately, I don't think I can... Oh, hey, I can parlay with them. Turns out it doesn't actually take movement points, give or take. So, we could bribe them, pacify them immediately, but it costs me money. Or we can parlay. Let's parlay. So, pacification quest. Tribe leader needs your help. Hostile monster has been raiding and threatening their villages. Like the military power to stop. You wipe out the threat. Tribe will view you as the savior. Okay, so we've got random junk. Let's, Tribe has identified the enemy's lair in the temple ruins to find the monster. Yeah, sounds good. So we're going there. Perfect. Alright. Dingle hop 1 and 2, 3 or 4, whatever. Either way. Quest journal. Button on the main banner. Oh, here we go. Here's the quest menu. Ooh, I have to say, I love the user interface style of this game. Honestly, like, Amplitude, really clean. Very simplistic, but really clean interfaces, and I really enjoy them. I really hope they actually make Endless Space 2 and make it truly a Masters of Orion 2 successor. Because we still don't have one of those. Anyway, hover the quest, get more details about completion, pinned quest, track the quest. Top right screen is a reminder. There we go. It's already there, even in this, so you can turn it on and off. Alright, go back to the world map. Quest marker indicates specific runes you have to go to and search for the quest. The location will even be visible through the fog of war. Note that for other quests, the markers may only be visible within the vision range of your army. Complete the Sisters of Mercy quest. Alright, works for me. Toe in the water. Sweet. My toes are quite wet. Now if I end the turn, they will move automatically. Alright. So that actually pretty easy to work with. I do kind of wish that the resource icons would kind of like go away depending on the given situation. It's not a big deal, but it's one of those where I definitely wish that I definitely wish it would just kind of go away just so I can see the visual style of this. That said, high chance that there's a button for it and I just haven't found it yet. Anyway, search the runes. So, help these hapless neighbors against the depredations of the monster. Tribe is defending the monster. Okay, so these are the... Oh, you found it. Survive the battle, if possible, but more importantly, make sure the monster is killed. Sweet, so if we die, we still win? I guess. Oh, he is ugly. Anyway, you can attack the army. Any attack, army, village, city, will cost 1 action point to your army. An army can only use 1 action point per turn, so use it wisely, so we can only hit somebody in the face once. Sounds good to me. Beatings will continue until... Okay, looks like my Marines are better than the Rumbler. It's pretty basic art, but it gets the point across anyway. Battle of the roaming army is about to begin. First stone phalanx versus roaming army. No hero, no hero. Don't know. These are probably faction symbols. So I can do defense, offense. Looks like I can't. Oh wait, no. Here we go. Encounter panel. You're about to launch a battle against army. Encounter panel. Yada yada yada. Auto manual. Interesting. Depending on the balance of the power and terrain of the battleground, you may prefer to play a simulated battle in auto, where the unit movements and attacks are handled by the computer. The default army strategy can also be selected. In manual battles, you will be able to set it more precisely. Unit by unit. Click with the ready to fight when you want to start the battle. Is currently set for manual. Alright. Well, this is different. Deployment area. Welcome to the battleground. During deployment phase, your units spread out from your army leader position across the tiles shaded with the color of your empire. Your opponent's army does the same thing on its tiles. The battleground is delimited by the white border. All units start by taking their default positions. Your opponent's units positions are only an estimation and are likely to change when the battle begins. In battle, note that you can always click in or out of the battleground if you want to manage your cities, give orders to armies at the same time. Alright, select one of my units on the battleground. Alright. Check buff 1 and 2. Just my deployment on the battlefield. Can I do that? Okay. Oh, I let go of him. There we go. Deployment. Here? Yes, maybe? Okay. Apparently it takes 3 tries to click on that. Either way. All unit information is listed in the unit panel. Class, attributes, capacity, satisfaction levels, and energy. This is very slow. I can't wait until we actually get into the meat of this game. The only reason why I'm doing this is because this seems like something I would have an immense amount of trouble figuring out on the first go. I've got a fair amount of, like, I understand a fair amount of it, but it would suck to just run around being like, I have no idea what I'm doing. Anyway, let's see. So, unit class, infantry, cavalry, ranged, flying, or support determines the way a unit can move on attack on the battleground. Life is the amount of damage a unit can sustain, attack damage, defense, attack odds, initiative, attack first, and battle damage, move speed. Alright, we got all of this. Anyway, let's see. Attributes can also be impacted with other factors, relative position, altitude, and terrain. Relative position. When next to friendly units, morale is increased, increasing the attack and defense attributes. Elevation. Units also increase their attack when attacking from a higher position. Terrain. Forest tiles increase unit defense, and city tiles increase morale. Capacities are special capabilities automatically used by units when attacking or being attacked. The ranged capacity, for example, gives the maximum distance from which the unit can attack. You can mouse over the capacities to get more details on the tooltips. Let's see, the deployment phase enables you to change the position of the units at will. Select a unit, right-click on a tile of your empire color and set its new position. Then press ready once you are happy with your troops' deployment. So, click on U, deployment. Oh. So I can move them all around. So I can actually have these guys start frontline because screw it, right? And then you hit deployment. Ready. Oh, I see, ready. Deployment is just the phase we're on. Okay, what are you guys? These are just flags. So we can kind of show off that, you know, we're this big old human. Alright, we're ready. Napoleon Bonaparte does not attack from the back line. Napoleon Bonaparte sends all of his armies in straight off the bat, and give or take. Let's see. So you've entered the first targeting phase of your battle. You can now decide how your units will perform their actions in the first round of the fight. So each unit will move and attack each round. The initiative bar shows the order in which they will attack. Wow, this is deep. I was expecting just like both armies run straight into each other. This is cool. Huh. Attack is more chance to hit. Okay, got that. Anyway, each unit will move and attack each round. Got this. Alright, so select one of my units. Perfect, you. For each unit, you can choose between one of 3 strategies. Unit targeting, behavior, aggressive, and cautious. We'll set more or less aggressive targeting. While hold position will order your unit to stay where it is, and attack only within its range. Manual targeting. In addition, you can also manually select a destination or target unit. Your unit will then try to focus on it during the resolution phase. Note that you can even select a position and then select a target unit in order to have more control. Select a unit, right-click on the tile, enemy unit, target, then press launch. Alright, so, unfortunately you were severely in the way, so we've got strategy. So, if commands cannot be executed, unit go on offensive, defensive, hold position. Makes sense. So, I have you selected. We're going to move here. Oh. Well, we're going to go with that one. Then we're going to move there and then attack. There we go. Okay, so control right click makes it. So if we look at this, we've got 20% critical attack dealt by the attack has increased. So we have a 20% chance of getting doing 51 damage to it, an 80% chance of doing 34 damage to it, and then it doesn't have any guard, so it looks like either we're going to do full damage or more than full damage, give or take. Either way, works for me. Now you, wait, these guys are ranged, so in this case, are you just... No, this guy's point blank. So it's actually better for him to be close up. We've got blocks, stuff like that, whereas you also have the same thing. So it's actually better if both of these guys just kind of charge it, give or take. Let's see. Oh, interesting. You only get 4 to 5 rounds on combat. That's kind of disappointing, but at the same time, it kind of makes sense. Just because otherwise this game would take forever to get through. Wow, I can't imagine if anybody would ever be able to play this multiplayer. Anyway, launch! Yeah, shuffle forward, my armies. Beat him to death. Slash his ankles. Actually, they seem to be shooting directly at his groinal region. I almost feel bad for him. That said, if you look at those giant fleshy man nipples, there's not a whole lot of... I don't know. Not a whole lot of sympathy I have for him. Anyway, sign targeting. Yeah, no, they already know what they're doing. Beat him to death some more. Straight for his willy. Somebody got him in the big toe, and that seemed to have been the killing blow. Alright, works for me. And battle duration. Battles last 6 rounds. Something. It's gone now. Congratulations, you won your first battle. Troubadours prepare their songs. Whatever the result, surviving units always gain experience from enemies' units killed, and experience points are equally shared between units. So, battle end. Draw situations can also occur when there are survivors on both sides. In that case, another battle can be launched if the army still standing has remaining action points. Anyway, we want to go back to our thing. If we can get through this. So, Sisters of Murray are now our allies, and apparently we also get 10 titanium and some pacification. Anyway, so now we've got our hard resources that we're asking for. Anyway, how long is this tutorial? I hope it's not too long. It's probably really long. Okay, select my city. Oh, hey, do I have... probably not. Anyway, I'm selecting my city. I'm selecting it super hard. I get this. Negotiations are closed. I have no one to talk to. We have no more business speaking with each other. Alright, well, let's search this thing again. And apparently we get 70 dust. Cool. Alright, what else can you do? Do a trick? Oh, you can go all over the place. Works for me. Ooh, what's this thing? Oh, it's just a rock. Duh. Alright, now can I go back to my city? Oh, wait, no. That was not my city, apparently, that I was clicking on. I have no idea what I was actually clicking on there. Anyway, go to Splat. Pacification effects. You can now see the effect of pacification. 3 village workers have joined your city from the 3 pacified villages in your region. Pacification is also possible village by village if you attack each of them. However, in that case, you would need to rebuild each village to obtain these additional workers. Okay. And yeah, you can set things to automatic, which you can do in endless space too, which is useful, though it can get scary. Okay, so that's the thing, automate and governor. I'll take a look at that later. Anyway, Empire Screen is a global dashboard that lets you review your Empire status and take Empire-wide decisions. Main banner, Empire Management Screen. Here we go. So, luxury resources, as a quest reward. There are 15 different kinds of luxury resources to discover on Ariga, each of them granting specific bonuses to your empire. Once used, luxury resources stay active for the number of turns indicated on the tooltip. The more regions you have, the more expensive luxury boosters will be. Each major faction has its own affinity and traits, with powers and bonuses specifically to them. Empire bonuses. Here you'll find your bonuses that you have. Empire plan every 20 turns. All the empires can set at the same time an empire plan. By spending influence, you can unlock various powerful bonuses that will affect your empire until the next empire plan. By opening the status screen, you will be able to review your progress and that of other empires. The screen also gives you more info about the different victories you can achieve if you want to master. Okay, so This is getting real complicated, but I love it. This is what I look for in 4X strategy games. Complication and beauty. This game is gorgeous. I'm really hoping this... Oh, apparently the governor is a hero. Cool. But this seems really complicated in a very good way. I do kind of wish... Oh, you know what? 727. That's probably the season we're on. So we might actually be hitting winter or something. Give or take. Okay, minor faction assimilation. You can also decide to spend influence to assimilate minor factions. Assimilation will give you useful new bonuses in the unit design of the minor faction, as long as the minor faction stays assimilated. So, let's assimilate these Sisters of Mercy. So I got 50 plus 2 each turn, costs 30. Why not? So we have assimilated them. You will become one with Legion. We are Legion now. Anyway, well done. Sisters of Murray minor faction now gives you a 15% health regenerate. I thought it said 5. Oh, per pacified. Okay, there we go. For now, you don't have enough die, which is a luxury resource, to activate its effects by clicking on his booster. So, that's this thing here. Okay. Wait, booster? Alright. I don't even know what specifically it's talking about, but that's okay too. Probably. Anyway. Oh, maybe just not able to do that. Anyway, a dye deposit was discovered in your region, making the dye luxury extractor available in a list of possible constructions. Extractors will allow you to collect luxury resources from your region of return. So, dye extractor. And then, where's their dye? Can I just, like, whammo? That must have been it. I wasn't even paying attention. Okay. So, strategic resources extractors. Well done. Notice the strategic resources can also be collected by building extractors if your regions contain the corresponding deposits. Constructions reminder. Remember that the most constructions extractors normally require specific technologies that need to be researched in different eras. They're then available for construction in your regions. Neat. New unit designs. You can improve your units by creating new unit designs by using strategic resources you've collected. You currently have a small amount of titanium. Main banner, military screen. Ooh. Okay, so you could do this in endless space. You could redesign your ships. However, this is the first 4X, like, just Civ-like strategy game that involves actually customizing your units, which is really good. Anyway, military screen lists all your armies, their individual units, cost of upkeep. You'll be able to double-click on the army to locate it on the map. So these are the ones that I have available anyway. I can create a new... let's see. Let's try a Justiciar just because we don't have any of them. And, I don't know, girl power, question mark? Anyway, unit design screen. Ooh, I like that 3D model. It's nice. She's got massive, massive shoulder pads. To the point where it'd be almost impossible for her to move, but you know what? Who really cares? Anyway, edit the designs. So we can add, whoa, you can add like gear and stuff. Unfortunately, it looks like you can't really switch too much out. But it looks like you might be able to customize the crap out of everything, which would be awesome anyway. So, depending on the unit, you can add different weapons, armor, accessories, yes. Advanced items, so we can enter their name. I'm going to call them, I don't actually know. There we go. Turns out you can't use special characters anyway. Let's see. So Titanium 1. Strategic. Okay, so let's just try loading these ladies up. Can I just load up on all of the armor, make them really hard to build, but almost impossible to kill? Because I think that would be great. Are these the... Okay, there we go. So we do have the... Oh, hello. So we've got sword, iron, good. There. Or we could give them a long spear. Cavalry Slayer versus Infantry Slayer. So we're going to keep Infantry Slayer for the time being. Haven't run into Cavalry, not super useful. Alright, so improved vision, sharp sense. Improved damage 1. Ooh, that's what we want. And Glory or Death, which I don't actually... Nope, no, I do not want to go back. Okay. How does glory or death work? I have no idea. I'll figure that one out later. Let's put up increased damage. We want these ladies to be just absolute tanks. But I like this. The system is great. I really wish you could like click on the armor and it would bring up like a little radio and be like, all right, do you want the like anti-ranged armor, all that stuff? Maybe you can get that. Maybe I just need to research. That is cool though. That is real cool. Actually, seems fairly likely that might actually to happen. Anyway, validate. So advanced items. We already know this. Okay. I can end my turn when ready. Population Splat goes up to 4. Imminent Empire plan. Alright, so, new Emperor, 6 turns. I'll be able to get stuff. Now, heroes. Academy screen, we can hire this guy. So we can assign an army. City, what do you got for me? Let's inspect him. Oh, wait, no, we need to look at this. So I kind of know about heroes already from Endless Space, so let's inspect him, see what he's got. He is skill tree. Let's see, skill points, normal games. I get this. Can I see? Indiana Bones. Oh, that's adorable. Improves search on runes, movement on units, and research. Escape artist. Defense. See, I want to have like administrator type heroes if I can get them, but fortunately it does seem like this guy is the only one I could possibly get. Oh, okay, so at this point I'm actually sort of done? Well, that's interesting. It's going to... Alright, we'll put him... Actually, no, we don't want to do that. We're going to assign to army, we're going to throw him with that. He doesn't have very good, like, basic bonuses. His science bonus is good. Maybe, give or take, I have no idea. Anyway, end turn. I should probably not be here anymore. Anyway, congratulations, you have now learned the basics and are ready to start exploring Endless Legend and Auriga. Many other subtleties and features are awaiting you, especially with all the different major faction gameplay elements to discover. Get ready to battle against other empires, sharing the world of Auriga, and good luck. Main menu. Alright, there we go. That was interesting. I'm really looking forward to this. I'm glad people kind of pushed me to pick this one up because it looks gorgeous. The gameplay is great. The tutorial showed like a lot of depth in very interesting places that I really want to try out. I do kind of wish that you could get more science. I don't know. Like I love to see like extreme depth in my 4X strategy games. Anyway, though, for the time being, ooh, mods. There are mods for the. Okay, that is great. Anyway. I will see you guys on the next episode of Endless Legend, where we will get out of the tutorial, or more per se, we're already done with it, and we'll actually get into a real game. And I'm looking forward to that. Not multiplayer. In fact, I might never even play with people, unless I can possibly play with my friends. If I can get my friends to play this, then I'm playing with them, but I'm probably not going to play with randos on the internet. And if you want to play with me, chances are the answer is going to be no. No offense to you, no offense to anybody, it's just quite simply, I'm a bit antisocial. And I also just don't like playing against other people that I know that I don't directly know and, you know, can't hold accountable for being a jerk on the internet. So there's that. Either way, though, fun game, and I'm really looking forward to where this goes. So, see you guys on the next episode, and as always, thanks for watching.